If you're shopping in Sun City, Arizona, and you have a budget of $275,000, you may be wondering, what does $275 actually get you? Well, that's what we're gonna show you in today's video. We're gonna show you two options, a Gemini home and a single family home in and around that $275,000 budget, so you can know kind of how far your money's gonna go and what to expect.
And if you want to see what is actually available in these 55 plus communities, whether you're searching in Sun City, Sun City West, or any other 55 plus community, go to this QR code or go to the link in our comments and our description where you can search by community, by property type, and budget to see what's available on the market, whether you are looking for the near future, or you just want to keep a pulse on the market, what's hitting the market and at what price points. Go to that. You can customize your search by community, and that will help you a lot as you plan and prepare for your retirement. Okay, so right now we are standing in front of the Gemini home, and we are right across from a rec center here. So this is the Sundial Center right here, and then you can see you have a church right there, and then there is a light right here. We're at Boswell Boulevard, so it is a little bit busier, and a lot of these homes, like you see, there's a street right there, and then they're actually not on like this main road. So this is on a busier road, but you are right across from the rec center and then the church right there. So if that, location wise is important to you, like this could be a good option. Just know that not every home is like right on one of these busier streets like this. And then you do have a 2-car garage here on this one. And it looks like potentially, your neighbor has solar right there. So it looks like it comes just right to the edge, but you've got, desert landscaping here, some bushes and plants, and then this little courtyard area. So if you go back and watch our housing types video for Sun City, you'll see, this one is an example of one that doesn't have a covered patio, but you still have that separation, and then the patio, a good, sizable patio space right here.
And this one has been updated. This bay window here used to be a slider that just came out onto this area, but they made it a little bit bigger in there, so you have like a nook to put your kitchen table, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, you can see that right there on that one. Not that we want to show in their house, but just a quick example.
And it would be easy enough for you to put some sort of covering out here to have some shaded living area.
Yeah. Right to our left is the kitchen area, so I think we'll just come in this way. So you've got, kind of this galley style kitchen, which probably has had some updates, but it's not very updated. You've got a pantry right there. And then if you come in here, you've got, you've got that bay window on the interior side. So you could put a nice little like breakfast nook and seating space right here. So then you have your little laundry and utility room. Is this converted, you think? No? Okay. So you've got hot water heater, you've got storage right there.
This is original, because this is the ramp for the golf cart. They've got a razor in the garage, but if you had a golf cart, you could drive it. You could open these and drive it up in here, and then you can close this and lock this.
Yeah. I'll show you through the garage. So this is the garage door right here.
Of course, more storage in here.
Yes. And then you have cabinets right here on this left-hand side. They have done the garage flooring, and then you can see, the razor is not like necessarily small. So you can see if you had 2 cars, I still think you could get a smaller second car right here. And then of course that golf cart storage area.
Yeah.
Ooh. So here is your living room space. So this is your dining room right here, like this, like here, let me line you up. So like where this wall is, this is your dining room. And then this is your living room. And you've got this in here, which is, you know, an extension space, or, you know, there's a lot of purposes that you could fulfill with this extra space right here. You know, craft room, game table, you know, sewing table, quilting table, whatever it might be. Or maybe, you know, it's just extra seating space or whatever. But you have a pretty good sized living room space here. And let me show you the rest of the bedrooms and everything. So you have a large closet right here. So storage, linens, all of that. It's pretty good size. And then you do have a coat closet right here. So this is coming back in. Here's your front door. So we went through the kitchen and around, and now we're coming directly across your front door, coming into your hallway. And if you come to the right, you've got the first bedroom. And you can see the closet and built-ins there. So a lot of storage again out here in Sun City. And then you've got your bathroom. So you have your vanity, shower, tub combo. And then here is your second bedroom. So they do have some darker paint colors here in this bedroom and like part of the house. And some of the lights are either not on or not working. So just know, like, it's, you know, it is a little bit dark, but paint color and some extra lights would be good. And then you've got some more closet space in this behind the sliding closet door here.
This is actually an upgrade. Typically you'll see a vanity in this spot, but it looks like they've added additional closet space for a primary. That closet, the original closet, isn't the greatest size, so additional closet space is probably not a bad idea.
And then here you have your ensuite bathroom, so vanity, toilet, and then your shower here. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna head to the backyard. Okay, so here you have, you know, 2 doors going out to a covered patio space. And I don't know if you can see the little like gate door right there. The fence is quite short, so obviously you're not gonna have like a giant, like a very tall door, because that would be a little bit silly. But all of this is like common areas. So you can see like there's the sundial for the Sundial Center that we showed at the very beginning. The church is right there, that light. And then all of this is your common area space. So you have a little bit of privacy here with these hedges. But you have a lot of green space. And then again, this is all maintained back here by your HOA. So this is not something that you're having to get like a mower, because that would probably feel overwhelming. I could imagine trying to think about maintaining all of this by yourself with your neighbors. All of that is taken care of. So very, very low maintenance property overall.
Yes.
Okay, so our second home to show you what your budget of $275 can get in Sun City is a single family home. So this is a 2-bedroom home. It has a 2-car garage on this one. And I think one of the most notable differences, I think, with this house than some of what the other things that we've showed single family in Sun City is that this one doesn't have a private backyard. We'll show you what that means. I mean, you have a backyard, but it's just not private. You don't have a gate or a fence around it. It's certainly something you could add, but just that's something to note. There have been some upgrades done to this home, not you know, super fancy or super luxury or anything like that, but some newer things, newer water heater, it looks like paint, some carpet and things like that. So some things have been done, so that's nice to know with your budget. Like, could you just move in, or are things having to be done immediately? And with this one, there have been some things done, although we don't know the full extent. But let's turn you around and take you on a tour of this single family home in Sun City. So we were just talking about this, and the roof does look, I mean, we're not inspectors, but you know, the roof does look a little bit newer or maintained here. So there definitely would be something that, you know, we'd be like, oh yeah, let's ask about the roof, because it may be something that you don't have to worry about, or it has had good maintenance. So we know that's important for a lot of our clients, is looking at the systems. And you know, it's sometimes hard to tell. You have to get the information from the sellers or the listing agent on, you know, what is the actual information on the systems. But That's just something to keep in mind. So walking in right after the front door, you have your coat closet here. So you've got a little bit of space and then your coat closet. And then you have your living room here. So definitely, like right now we're seeing like newer carpet, fresh paint smell, newer lighting and fan fixture right there. And then here is like your little dining room nook area, and then your patio access to the backyard. So we're gonna come right to the right, and you have some storage here. So you've got some storage right there. And then air handler. And then if we come to the left, you've got your bathroom. So you've got your tub shower combo there. And then if we come out here, we've got your first bedroom. Really large size closet there, good storage up there too. And then this one has an attached bathroom. And then you come right to the left of that one and you have the second bedroom. And these are really good sized bedrooms, I would say. This seems, you know, pretty long.
14 by 12.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. It was a nice big closet.
Yep. Closet space. And you do have some built-ins on both of the closets, like up on the shelf for organization and storage, which is nice.
And they cleaned it, which is really nice.
So then we're gonna come into the kitchen. So you've got your galley style kitchen, lots of storage, got your little spice cabinet there. And then over here you have your pantry. And we don't know exactly when, but we believe this room was kind of closed in and converted from some garage space over time. We're not sure when. This is a new water heater, but this was done at some point. This wasn't quite the original, but you've got a lot of extra, you know, storage space. Like maybe if you have, you know, canned goods and, you know, that type of stuff, or even craft stuff, this could be a good space for that. And then you have more storage over here. So you could put like a little like work desk or hobby desk and stuff over here, and then you have more storage. We do believe that this was originally probably golf cart storage, and that this, you know, this wall was added. So if you come here into the garage, you've got, you know, just what I would consider is more standard for a 2-car garage. You've got your, you know, lots of your storage cabinets there. And then this was probably originally the washer and dryer. And then, you know, that was pushed into there, close this off, cabinets added. Because there's no kind of like shelf or buffer space between your garage and like going in, but that's okay. They probably, whoever did this wanted that space more.
Indoor space and less garage space.
So this is probably, for what we've seen today, like a smaller of the 2-car garage, but it's still a 2-car garage, and
you still have a lot of storage
yeah.
in here, which is nice. So you could have a car, and then, you know, and then your mail is here in this. It looks like, yeah, there's your mail slot right there. So most people will put a basket down here to collect their mail. That's where your mail comes. And so if you have holiday decorations, you know, there's plenty of space to store that.
So then if we go back into the kitchen, you have a backyard access here, but let me show you the patio to the backyard this way. So we come back through the kitchen. So you've got a sliding door here, and then a smaller covered patio, but still, I mean, if you want a little bit of shade, and you know, it is screened in here, so that is really nice.
Side, which is nice.
Yeah, there's sunshades there. So then you have a door to access. And so this backyard, like we were saying, it's not private in the sense that you have a fence. Like there's no fence, you know, there's no fence from the front yard or in between you and your neighbor here, but you can see along that side they have a gate over there, a gated fence, chain link fence between this house and the one over, and then these people have block fencing. So if you really wanted a fence, you could. This one just doesn't have one.
You could do like they have over here. You could do privacy hedges.
Yeah.
You know, that could be an affordable option for you. Put some hedges that grow really fast and at least have some privacy for the street here.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are two examples of what a 275 budget gets you here in the original Sun City. We hope this was helpful for you. And don't forget, you can always check out that choose your community option. You can set up a personalized search. You can pick which community you want, what type of housing you want, what type of budget you want, so you can really get a sense and a feel for what's on the market.